I know you're new here. Ever since the new year. Giving you a little time to get used to the place. Your predecessor, well, he knew what to do when I walked in the door. Sometimes when I walked in that door, I was not happy. I like drama in my life, so I can't blame anyone else but myself. But you know how it is. There are times when we establish a routine. A routine. And we don't want to break that routine for anything. So, I know you're new here. Ever since the new year. I'm going to cut you some slack. I don't think that he wrote down any notes for you about me in particular. Of course, I know that you have dozens of regulars with their peculiar needs. So I'm not going to be an asshole about it. You don't know my needs. That's okay. But from this moment onward, you're going to need to know my needs. Do we have an understanding? You just pardon me for a moment while I get my sleeves situated. Now, you're going to come to think of me as demanding, as one of those customers. Indeed, I usually hold up the line a little bit when I make my needs met, or make my needs known. I once saw a really funny skit. I don't know. It wasn't quite Saturday Night Live. It is even better than Saturday Night Live, believe it or not. It might have been Saturday Night Live. Am I holding up anybody here? Why don't you come back? You can come back. Because this guy's new here, and I want to establish a connection with this new guy. He's new here from the new year, as I like to say. So that's another quirk. I will come in here, you will hear the bell on the door clanging against the glass. And I might just barrage you with some puns or some tricky, sophisticated whirligigs of semantic expression. You're going to need to laugh. That's part of your duty as an employee at 7-Eleven. Now, these other customers, they're not going to make any demands of you, so it's just going to be, one day among others for you. And I've been there. I used to work at Subway in college. I know what it's like to be behind that counter. And boy, oh boy, did I not wish that people would have stimulated me, would have challenged me, made demands on me, so that my time behind the Subway counter as a sandwich artist could be more fulfilling. I don't want to just sit here and mindlessly, like an automaton, make deli sandwiches. Well, they weren't deli sandwiches, they were Subway sandwiches, but you get the point. Alright, I'm sorry. No, really, I can hear that. That's passive-aggressive huffing and puffing. Passive-aggressive huffing and puffing. You're not a regular here. I've been coming here for months. This is what I do. Okay, so let's just get something really clear here with Mr. Passive-Aggressive here in the background. I want to make something abundantly clear to all of you. I could shop anywhere. Alright? This isn't the only convenience store that I can go to. Now, I have my daily walk, and I get here, and I am ready for my needs to be met. My needs do not include Mr. Passive Aggressive back here huffing and puffing because he's apparently going somewhere in the next 20 minutes. I'm a regular. Regular. Does anybody have any questions about that? None of you are regulars here. None of you have been patroning. Well, you haven't been doing either, actually. I do both. None of you have been patroning nor patronizing this particular convenience store the way that I have. I've established a connection with all the employees here except for Mr. New Guy. And I'm attempting to connect now, to establish that connection. That takes time. So why don't you guys just bug off and let me establish my connection as a regular with New Guy here? Any questions? No, I don't care. People get really aggressive. They have no idea what I've been through as a person, what I go through on the daily to come here, to shop here, to have my hot dogs, which that's the next subject of conversation, because you are not taking care of the Franks over there. Okay, they're rotating, but that doesn't mean you get to slack off. Okay? You can't keep them at that temperature for that long. You gotta, if no one's come in here to buy those Franks and I'm on the way, you sure as hell better make them turn down that temperature, okay? Turn down the temperature if you're gonna keep them on there. Okay, because I don't like my Franks burnt. Same goes for the coffee. Same goes for the coffee. I like my coffee not burnt. I put the Irish cream in there, the little creamers. So you need to have that stocked. If you don't have any of those stocked, I will have the hazelnut as a backup. As a backup. And I will throw one of them at anybody who irritates me. And I will make sure that there's a little bit of a hole at the top. I'll pull the lid back a little bit so that shit goes flying across the store if you piss me off. Now, I'm not making any unreasonable demands here. I'm a regular. I come to this 7-Eleven every single day. And I jeopardize myself to do so. Absolutely jeopardize myself to do so. There is a young adolescent Great Dane who don't know shit. And it's on my way here. It's on my walk. I have to carry a cane. Not because I'm some old fart. It's because it's that little dog. He's not a little dog. That's my point. Okay? He's not little at all. He's big. He's a young Great Dane who just went through puberty. And so that fucker comes and assaults me on my daily pilgrimage to this 7-Eleven. So I'm agitated. I'm a little shaken up, and I am putting all this off on you, Mr. Passive Aggressive. But it's partly me. Right? By the way, I'm Mark. What's your name? Your name is not, out with it, son. What's your name? Jason. Jason. There it is. Jason, the new guy. Okay, new guy. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. Not really, no. Not really. I don't understand where you're coming from, because I'm new, and this is my first job. Oh, Jason, this is your first job. You're in college, aren't you? You go to the local college, don't you? Yeah, I go to the local college. Well, it's not a local college. It's, it's St. John's College. We studied the classics there, so it's really, it's not just a local college. I know, Jason. I went there too. Wow, you did? Yeah, I went there too. In fact, I just moved back into the neighborhood, and when I was going to college all those years ago, Jason, I had the pilgrimage then. I was not so difficult back then. I was naive, like you. I was just a little bit green behind the ears, as they say. But I've come to understand that if you don't carry authority in your demeanor, people will walk all over you. And so instead, I've decided to walk all over other people. Yeah, I kind of get that impression from you. Your feedback was not solicited, Jason. I know you're in there studying Aristotle and Plato. Well, we're kind of... No, you don't need to interrupt me. I know what you're doing over there in the college. Yeah, I was just saying that we're done studying Aristotle and Plato. Yeah. So that makes you what, a sophomore? Yes. That makes you what? 19, 20? I'm 20. 20. Let me tell you something, Jason, before you get a big head. When I was 20, at that St. John's School Classics curriculum, I was studying the Plato and the Aristotle. And on my spare time, I was reading Heidegger, Being and Time, and the physics of Aristotle, which is harder, more difficult than the metaphysics. Have you done that yet? Have you done any of that extracurricular reading? No, sir, I don't have time for that. I'm here at 7-Eleven. You bet you're damn right you're here at 7-Eleven. And you are taking care of those Franks. Do you hear me? You are taking care of those Franks. I don't want any burnt Franks. I moved back into this neighborhood after roughly 20 years. Is that right? Oh, yeah, no, 25. 25 years. Holy cow. And I came back here because I had my pilgrimage back then. But I was a doormat like you. I didn't know any better, so I moved back into the neighborhood to see if I could prove to myself what I needed to prove. Shut up back there, Mr. Passive Aggressive. No, I'm talking to you. You don't get to walk on me. That's what me and Jason are talking about right now. You don't get to walk on me. Nobody gets to walk all over me. I was reading Heidegger's Being and Time when I was 20 years old. Back then, roughly 25 years ago, before you were born, Jason. Yes, sir. That's better. Before you were born, I walked to this 7-Eleven. Wow. Is it really that old? Listen, you're not winning any points with me for implying that I'm old. I already know that I'm old. Don't try to walk all over me. Okay? You need to respect your elders without telling them that they're old. I just need to tell everybody that's waiting in line right now, you can come back another time. I'm establishing a connection with Jason. He's new here since the new year. I love this 7-Eleven. So, let's review, because you're such a smart cat. The Franks. What did I tell you about the Franks? Let's review. That if they are staying there for a long period of time, then I need to turn down the temperature. Correct. Now, next point. If you start to see them burning, what do? I don't know. You eat them. I'm not going to get in trouble for that. Who's watching you? You think they're staring through the cameras, looking at you with the Franks? They don't give a fuck about those Franks. What they care about is whether this place gets robbed. Okay? That's all they care about. Now, you need to make sure. What else do you need to make sure of? I don't know. It's my first day. Well, I'm going to train you. You guys know training around here? Is no one training you? You gotta make sure that there's mustard, ketchup, chili, relish, mayonnaise. Come on now. Then the buns. You know, you gotta make sure you got a good store of buns. What's wrong with you, man? Is it your first job, huh? Here you are over there, St. John's College, translating ancient Greek, but you don't know shit about keeping the condiments stocked. If I could come back behind that counter, I would just pluck your ear. Now get with it, Aristotle. I'm sorry, sir. No, there's no need to be sorry. Aristotle never said sorry to Plato. You're saying that you're Plato and I'm Aristotle? Come on. Did I say that? I'm more like Socrates. You're certainly not Aristotle, so give that up. If anything, you're more like an Aristophanes. Aristotle and Aristophanes? Just stop it. I'm the one with the cutesy wordplay. Now, what's the next step? What else are you supposed to do? What else are you charged with here? Well, a lot of things. I just haven't learned it yet. Well, let's go through it. Let's go through it, you and me, Aristotle. Aristophanes, whatever your name is. Coffee. We already went through this. 2 major things. 3 major things, actually, now that I think about it. Coffee's gotta be hot. 4 major things. Coffee's gotta be hot. It's gotta be full. It can't be burnt. And you need to have the right creamers there. I only use 2 creamers. So if I roll up and neither of those creamers are there, I'm going to be writing a letter to your boss. I'm sorry, that's what I do. I make sure that this place is running at optimal capacity. And don't get mad with me, Mr. Aeschylus, Augustine, Aquinas, whatever your fucking name is, Jason. Don't get mad with me now. This is your first job. Well, it's going to be your best job. You're never going to have another job after this. I'm not? No. I'm going to run you through the mill. I'm going to grind you down. Right? But it's going to be for your betterment. See, these kind of jobs are infamous for their mediocrity. You work here, your brain goes dead. And you while away the time. You think about anything and everything but what you're doing in the moment. I do? Well, yes. And I tell you something, you're going to want to read behind the counter there, but you can't do that. You can't read behind the counter and give me adequate service, is that right? Well, yeah, I suppose that's right. But, sir, I don't know if this job is really going to work for me if you're going to make it this demanding. No. See, you're a Johnny. I'm a Johnny. Do you know the ancient Greek word for excellence? Aristotle talked about it. It's usually translated as virtue, something he talked about in the Nicomachean Ethics. But we have a better translation for you, Jason. It's excellence. You gotta be excellent. So what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to help you understand, I'm trying to contour you, turn you into a connoisseur, actually. A connoisseur of your customers. Okay? See, I moved back into this neighborhood because I wanted to enliven the neighborhood with excellence. Excellence has always been a major thing for me ever since I really started to understand it, reading Aristotle all those years ago. Now, you know my name. I know your name. Now, how many customers are you going to get to know on a first-name basis? Right? You're going to get to know all their little peccadillos. Huh? When was the last time you heard that word, huh, Jason? I haven't heard that word. You haven't heard peccadillo? You haven't heard peccadillo? No, sir. All right, well, look it up. Jason, you gotta get yourself a pair of balls. Yeah, okay, well, all right, fine. No, Jason, that's not what you say when someone tells you that you need to get a pair of balls. You don't say, oh, well, fine. You say, fuck you. And then you prove to that person that you got a pair of balls. When a man says to another man, grow a pair, you don't say, oh, all right, well, fine, I'll get to it. You say, fuck off, asshole. Well, you punch him in the face, right there, right in the nose. And then you know in that moment that you've got some balls. And that other guy, he knows that you've got some balls, okay? So one of the things you need to do is when someone like me comes in and makes these kind of outrageous demands, you need me to tell me to fuck right off. Right now, I've just walked completely over you. And you're trying to appease me. Because you're afraid that you're going to get fucking fired from 7-Eleven. Jason. You're so afraid. Now, I don't know what kind of program you got worked out with your parents, but obviously this 7-Eleven is not paying for your job. I mean, for your education. Right? You don't have to worry about getting fired here. What you got to worry about is growing a pair of balls. See, this job is going to be your last job because by the end of this job, you're going to have a pair of balls, aren't you, son? I guess so. No, you don't guess so. You know. Just say it. Say it with me. Yes, I'm going to have a pair of balls. Yeah. Say it loud and say it proud. I'm going to have a pair of balls. By the time I'm done with this job, say it, Jason. I'm going to have a pair of balls. Better. But you still don't have a pair of balls. You got to say, I've got a pair of balls, and say it with balls. Go for it, Jason. I've got a pair of balls. Yes, Jason. Did all of you guys hear that? We're proud of you, Jason. I'm proud of you. This is good work. Good stuff. And you still got to do everything that I told you about, but now you're going to do it as a man. I don't feel like I should do it all. You don't do that, Jason. You don't do that. See, I came in here and I rolled right over you. Like a bulldozer. I know that I did that because that's why I moved back into this neighborhood. This is like neighborhood improvement. And I chose to move back because I love this neighborhood. I have fond nostalgia for this neighborhood. God, it just tears me up when I think about it. Oh, God. So the best time is being chased by that Great Dane, you know? But it wasn't the same Great Dane. That Great Dane grew up and had another Great Dane. So now I'm being chased by a family of Great Danes. Adolescent Great Danes. God, this is such a strange and mysterious world, isn't it, Jason? It is, isn't it? Unless I'm in some kind of time vortex. This Great Dane now must be the son of the other Great Dane, if they're both male Great Danes. I don't know. I moved back in this neighborhood because this was the best time of my life. I lived in a cottage with my college roommates, cottage mates. We were buddies until shit hit the fan, but that's neither here nor there. Best time of my life. You know, after college, Jason, it just goes right downhill for you, son. Because when you're in college, you're a naive little fucker like you. No offense. None taken? No. You need to take offense. A man with balls takes offense. Doesn't a guy with balls just say, like, fuck it, he doesn't care? Not if you dishonor him. See, if he's emasculated, he's like, oh, fuck it, I don't care. But a man with power, a man with balls, he doesn't take shit from anybody, Jason. Okay? You're not gonna learn this studying Aristotle. You're not. It's gonna take a lot of failure out there after college, and you're gonna wonder what the fuck that college was all about. I'm telling you, Jason, you work at this job at 7-Eleven. You take care of me, I'm gonna teach you a thing or two. Because I went through all that education, and I became a great man after I was done with that education. Almost, Jason, in spite of it. Okay? Good. We've got the store to ourselves. That's good. I think I kind of ran people off, but I tend to do that wherever I go. Could be because I smell like cat piss, but that's another story. Jason, there's a lot that you don't know, and I'm going to be clear with you. I like to teach people things. I cruise about the countryside. I stay at a place for a while. I think I'm going to settle down here, but I take young people under my wing and I mentor them. I teach them things that they're not going to learn elsewhere, especially in academia, and in particular, not with the classics, that's for sure. Okay. Well, sir, I don't know what you could teach me that would be of value that I'm not actually already learning, you know, I've got the best professors, tutors. Jason, I went there too. You call them tutors. I know. Listen, when you get nervous, just slow down. Don't start misspeaking because you're nervous. That's not what someone with balls would do. Slow down. Take a deep breath. Regain composure. All right. Check your posture. Get erect. And speak truth, brother. Say tutors, not professors. They're not professors, okay? You notice how I barely trip. And when I do, I'm quick to rectify. I haven't even got my coffee yet. Oh, that sounds bizarre. I suppose it'll wait. Anyways, Jason, you're already making a mistake with someone like me, okay? I'm gonna be transparent with you. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? You don't know anything like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's right. You're, for example, I said you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and then you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You sound like a pansy. Okay, we just went over this. If someone insults you, you say, don't fucking insult me. Sir, I don't know why you are here trying to teach me when I have not asked to be taught. Now, I can respect that, Jason. That's the first intelligent, powerful thing that you've said since we started talking. Oh, yeah, well, I'm your captive audience, so I can't really do anything. I'm stuck behind this counter. I kind of have to just listen to you or I'm going to get fired. No. You're not going to get fired, Jason. You're not going to get fired. No. But I will wait outside the 7-Eleven until you get off, and then I'll really give you a hammer. You're threatening to abuse me, sir. To assault me. I could call the police. No. You're not going to call the police because I wasn't meaning that kind of hammering. Intellectually hammering you. Trying to fortify your soul. Yes, build character. Come on. Sir, you sound very experienced and educated and everything like that, but I can't help but think that if this is what you do with your time, you're not really someone I want to listen to. Woo! Now that's nice. You're starting to fight back. You're a little fire with fire, aren't you, Jason? I like it. It's good. How do you know whether what I'm doing is valuable or not, son? See, I've been out of St. John's College for approximately 25 years. Now, what I'm doing may look preposterous to you, but you don't know what the world looks like out there. I've put everything to the test. And while I might have a certain aptitude for various things, I have chosen to go from convenience store to convenience store to mentor people. I chose this town. This is where I'm going to retire. And I'm going to have a whole army of proteges. That's right. Because you're fertile soil for planting the seeds of awakening. Of awakening? Yes. That's right, Jason. Awakening. I'm going to help you awaken, son. Now again, you don't know what that means. You're really not going to come across that in the great Western canon. That wonderful curriculum there that has no electives whatsoever. Except when you do your preceptorial, which you haven't gotten to yet. Awakening, Jason. Waking up to your true nature. And I'll talk about that at St. John's. It's a shame they're not qualified to talk about it. That's not what's in the books, so to say. But I know potential when I see it. I know potential. You're saying that I have potential to awaken? You know, with a little guidance and a little push, a little shove. Jason, you don't know what awakening means, but something inside of you, there's a little glimmer, a little spark inside of you that knows. Awakening is real. You just don't know what it means, what it is. So you think that me coming in here is some random act of chaos. It's not. It's not, Jason. You asked for this. You signed up for this. I don't remember signing up for anything, sir. I just remember getting this job because I needed a little pocket change. Yeah, that's what you thought, didn't you? But what did you really sign up for, coming to this great school? Tell me, Jason, what do you really want with your life? Do you just want to say, oh, I read the classics? Is that what you want to tell people? Isn't that just another mediocre vocation? Job, employment, whatever? Is that really what you want? No, Jason, it's not. I know. I don't have to wait for your answer. Because what you want is the answer. Right? You're going to graduate from these books at some point. But you're not going to have the answer. You're going to come close when you read Plato's Republic, which we've both already read now. You're going to get a taste. Just a glimmer of the answer. But I will cut you a deal, Jason. If you make sure those franks are properly cooked and my coffee is hot, full pot, not burnt, Irish cream or hazelnut, and every time I come in here, I will take you a little bit closer to the answer.